Honey, big mistake of my life. Your smile is more precious than all the treasures in the world, more valuable than gold buried beneath ancient cities, more radiant than crowns passed down through empires, more rare than diamonds formed by centuries of pressure. Because treasures can be stolen, crowns can be broken, and even the brightest gems can lose their shine. But your smile, renews itself every time you offer it, as if joy itself chose your lips as its forever home. I have seen wealth measured in numbers, heard people speak of success in acres and accounts, watched the world kneel before things that glitter but do not breathe, yet none of it compares to the quiet miracle of your smile finding me in the middle of an ordinary moment and turning it into something sacred. When you smile, the world does not end, it softens, edges blur, noise retreats, even time seems to pause, as though it too wants to stay a little longer in the presence of something so purely human, so gently powerful. I wonder if you know what your smile does to me, how it enters without asking permission and rearranges everything it touches, how it makes the weight I carry feel lighter, how it reminds tired parts of my heart that hope is not a foolish thing, that beauty still exists in simple forms, that love does not always have to shout to be heard. Your smile is not loud, it does not demand attention, it does not compete with the world's chaos. It simply appears, and somehow that is enough to make everything else feel less urgent, less heavy, less cruel. There are smiles people wear like masks, polite, practiced, hollow, but yours comes from somewhere deeper, from a place that has known both joy and sorrow and still chooses kindness. That is why it feels so real. That is why it stays with me long after the moment has passed. I carry your smile with me into rooms where you are not present. I summon it in crowded places, in quiet nights, in moments when doubt tries to speak louder than faith. And every time it answers me the same way, softly, reassuringly, as if to say, you are not alone. You never were. If the world were stripped of its riches, if every vault stood empty, every jewel lost its fire, every monument crumbled into dust, I would still feel wealthy if your smile remained. Because what greater fortune is there than knowing something so beautiful exists and chooses again and again to meet Your eyes, your smile teaches me that love does not need excess. It needs presence. It needs sincerity. It needs the courage to be gentle in a world that often mistakes hardness for strength. You smile like someone who has learned that softness is not weakness, but survival. Sometimes your smile feels like a promise unspoken but deeply felt. A promise that no matter how loud the storm becomes, there will always be a quiet place where I can rest. A promise that even when words fail, connection remains. A promise that joy, though fragile, is resilient. I think of all the versions of me that existed before you. The one who doubted, the one who waited, the one who learned how to endure without complaint. None of them knew that a single smile could undo years of guardedness, could gently unlock doors I had forgotten how to open. Your smile does not erase pain, but it makes pain feel survivable. It does not deny reality, but it reminds me that reality still contains beauty, and that is a rare gift, rarer than anything the world could sell or buy. If love were currency, your smile would be priceless. If joy had a language, your smile would be its clearest sentence. If hope needed a face, it would look like you in the moment before laughter escapes, in that split second where your eyes shine with something honest and unguarded. I imagine a lifetime measured not in years, but in moments like that, moments where your smile meets my gaze and silently tells me that this is where I belong, that this is what all the waiting was for, that this quiet, glowing connection is the real treasure. So let the world chase its riches. Let it build towers of gold and call them success. I will choose differently. I will choose your smile again and again, because it has already given me more than the world ever could. It has given me warmth without burning light, without blinding, and love without condition. And that is wealth beyond measure. Even when you are not near, it finds me in the quiet, between thoughts, in the pause before sleep, in the small spaces where memory breathes. I have learned that some smiles are events, but yours is a presence. It does not simply happen and disappear. It settles into my days, becomes part of how I see the world. After you, even ordinary things feel touched by light. The sky seems kinder. Silence feels less empty. Time feels less like something chasing me and more like something walking beside me. Your smile has weight, not the kind that burdens, but the kind that anchors.